Thank you for giving it a lock right here on Liberty FM. It's now time for our show. Yes, mind you. I'm so happy to have our guest who is locked on with us and definitely true character because she's on mommy duties one time. So it's amazing. Thank you so much for agreeing to sit down with me and have a little talk because this is a very interesting topic. But how are you doing today?
I'm great, Ronnie. How are you?
I'm doing fair to partly cloudy for a few scattered showers, but I'm just really happy that it is nice and cool inside because I went outside a couple minutes ago and it is absolutely hot. But let's get right into it because I know you're on mommy duties and I know it's going to be hard for you to balance. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. Let me allow you to introduce yourself to my listening audience.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Sherylann James. I'm a certified breastfeeding specialist. So I'm the owner of Baby to Breast Lactation Services. What I do is I provide lactation education and support to all the expecting mommies and daddies we have who are interested in getting it. So I will help you from the time you're pregnant to figure out how you're going to breastfeed your baby until you decide to wean the baby.
Now that's an interesting field. How does one get into specific, like such a specific and specialized field of in the medical industry? How did you get involved with that?
Well, I had a baby. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm trying to figure out this breastfeeding thing. I felt like there could have been more support. There wasn't enough, in my opinion. So I said, you know what? I think I'm going to go into this. It took me a little while to do it, like 2 years later, but I did it.
That's really cool. Out of necessity, a whole business was born. So, what are some of the services one can expect? Let's say, for example, this is my first time. I'm coming to you. I'm interested in maybe, well, me. I'm speaking as if I'm a woman, but do guys do this? But let's say I'm
Yeah,
interested in this.
guys
How?
can.
Oh, what's the process? Walk me through the process.
Okay, so you're pregnant. You decided you want to breastfeed. You can contact me. I do breastfeeding classes. We can organize either, well, it depends on the amount of people I have who are interested at the time. I could do it as a one on one session or I can do it as a group session. Um, it's affordable, like just about 50 ish dollars. It's affordable for the class. You get a lot of information. You get to find out what you need to pay attention to be able to feed baby on time. Um, how to look out for baby's feeding cues, when to know baby is filled. I teach you a lot, and we're talking about 2 to 3 hours long in me teaching you, including preparing you for going back to work one time. Because let's face it, a lot of people have to go back to work after they have their baby. So
Oh, so you cover all these things and how to probably prep your breast milk to go I said to go like it's a but help me out with my terminology. Don't let me look so silly.
yeah, definitely from pumping and bottle feeding and everything, every single thing related to breastfeeding, I will help you with. If I don't know the answer, I'll even find it for you. That's
I think you'll probably know the answer for sure. What are some of the common challenges that young mothers face, or young people face, or people who don't have the support? What are the most common challenges that you realize with breastfeeding? In your experience thus far.
so a lot of people often think that you need to have big nipples to feed. That's far from the norm because we don't want the babies latching on only nipples. Baby needs to latch on, that little black or darker area because not everybody is dark skinned. The darker area around your nipple, which is called the areola, it needs to be part of the breastfeeding process as well. Another thing is everybody always think they're not making enough milk for baby. Baby basically going to allow your body to make what it needs for him or her. So we need to start trusting our bodies more. And that's how I'm here to help you have confidence in breastfeeding.
Now, some of the things that we know as young parents coming up, we have our grandmother, and they talk about, hey, you're drinking too much cocoa tea, and that will create too much breast milk. Let's talk about some of the myths that we are commonly taught, growing up.
Right. So cocoa tea from the hospital, you'll hear it from your grandparents, like Ronnie said, you'll hear it. The only reason I will tell you not to drink too much cocoa tea is because it does have caffeine, and you don't want to limit your caffeine intake, especially for baby. It can go through the
Wait,
bloodstream. It can affect them.
Pause. You just
Uh-huh.
said okay, what cocoa tea has what?
Caffeine, Ron. It has caffeine because it's made from
No way.
cocoa.
No way.
Yes, it
That
does.
is that wow, that is a new one to me. So how much milk, how much cocoa tea would you recommend a breastfeeding mother consume to be in, the safe margins?
Honestly, I don't think you need to do more than 1 to 2 cups a day. That's plenty. And it's supposed to be without milk and without spices, right?
What? Without milk?
Yeah.
Serious?
Because yes, babies
You
can
see,
be sensitive to milk, to dairy.
yeah, that makes sense. What about
Right.
like if you use like a almond milk or soy milk? Is it too early to introduce those kind of substances or substitutes? Sorry, to a baby.
I think it depends, to be
Okay,
honest.
okay.
For when it comes to these things, I like to say verify with your healthcare professionals as well. You don't want to just be introducing things to the baby, because remember there are nut allergies and all of these things to take into consideration. But everything in moderation, as usual,
Yeah,
should be
moderation is
fine.
a it should be fine.
Yeah.
What was it like turning this into a business? This is amazing. Just so you say, you know what, I'm gonna help people breastfeed. Like, walk me through I know you said it earlier on, just briefly in your introduction, but I want a little bit more detail onto how do you get started in a lactating industry, or was it? Did I say that right? Lactating
Yeah.
industry.
Lactation field,
Lactation. Yeah,
yeah.
lactation
But
field. That's what I wanted to say. Help me out here.
well, you see, everything becomes a need when somebody realizes there is limited access to it. I wouldn't say there is no access, there is access, it's just limited.
Mm.
So you go through things sometimes and then you just realize, I wish I had somebody to help me with that. And yes, I got help. I will always say I got help on the ward. However, I felt like I needed more. Especially when you go home, sometimes you just need somebody that might be able to guide you through, just reassure you you're doing what you need to be doing. Baby is okay, baby is getting enough. You don't worry about your supply, it will come, baby will help it come, all these things.
Yeah, we understand. We understand.
Yeah.
Baby is literally taking away everything from you.
So
So,
when you go through it, you realize the need for it, and you decide to go into the field, you have to really think of, okay, what am I putting out there for people? So yes, I went ahead, I did my course, I got my certification, but what was my next step? um Obviously, I will tell you, my number one goal is to be at the hospital. That's my
mhm,
number one goal, because that's where you're going to help the most people. And I also had to figure out what else. So
mhm.
I said, okay, you know what, let's start a business. Obviously, it's new to a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand it. I mean, I've had people advertise for me and they will come back and tell me somebody asked if I breastfeeding people babies for them.
Oh
So
wow!
yeah.
Oh wow! That's oh wow! I never even thought about that. That's interesting. Somebody would think so.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And it happened more than once. So it's not just one person thinking about it. So yeah.
You
Yeah.
see my face, right? Like you see my face,
Yeah.
right? Like
But
what?
guess what, Ronnie? In other parts of the world, we have things called milk banks where people donate their breast milk. So
Yeah, and I
yeah.
was reading. I actually, funny enough, in preparation for this interview, I was looking at some interviews on breastfeeding, and I was reading a story or listening to an article about a guy who actually pays women for their breast milk, an adult, and he says when he works out, it gives him more energy than normal. So I guess it is normal ish, yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing that. I think from last week, I had not heard of it before, but from last week I started hearing it from a few spouses of patients. So yeah, that happened. It's
Yeah.
news to me. I honestly didn't know that, but it's so rich, so I'm not surprised.
I really want to answer, but I don't want to put my business out.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Run. You
yeah.
take the breast milk run?
No, I've tasted it. Yeah, it is. It's very rich. Yeah. No, you have to make sure. You have to try it to make sure that
Most men who
it's good.
have a significant other who is lactating probably has tasted it. So
Yeah, you have to help sometimes to avoid mastitis. You see, I know something. Ah, you see, I know
true,
something.
true,
I know a
true.
little something. I know a little something. I know a little something. But that is amazing. A course, a typical course, when somebody calls you, they say, "Yes, Sherry, I'm ready to do this course because I really need some assistance." When should they start? And when do you normally say, "Well, you don't need my services anymore. You're good on your own"?
Well, okay. So if you're looking at breastfeeding class, anytime throughout your pregnancy, it's you to really determine when you want to do it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I would obviously advise that you try to do it closer to the end of your pregnancy so that things are a little more fresh in your mind. Um, there's also to consider that you may have other things doing preparing for baby, so you don't want to wait too late and then you don't get to do it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The other thing is like, okay, so you need support. You've had the baby, you need support. You contact me, we set up an appointment, we discuss everything possible, you let me know everything that you're feeling. I start off my appointments asking clients, what are your goals?
Mm-hmm.
So when I ask you what are your goals, is it a case where you want to exclusively breastfeed? Do you want to do both breast and formula? I'm going to ask you why, because I think it's only fair to have a full understanding of your client's train of thoughts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? So I ask you questions. You free to ask me anything you want to ask me about breastfeeding. And then I will guide you accordingly. So with my appointments, you have one either in-person visit or virtual visit, followed by 3 additional weeks of WhatsApp support.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout that initial appointment setting and the 3 weeks, you can contact me at any point in time. Not to say if you contact me after the 3 weeks, I won't just answer your question if it doesn't require an appointment. But
Okay.
it's just to make sure that I'm there for you. You understand, you have your 3 additional weeks. Ask me anything, I will guide you. I will check up on you. If I don't hear from you, I will check up on you.
Ah, that's good. That's good.
Yes.
That's really amazing. That's because people just forget that.
Yes, they
That's pretty
definitely
amazing.
do.
That's
So I will
amazing.
check up on you. There are times that I myself may go a while without checking. I try to check in every week, but sometimes life gets the best of us. We forget.
Plus, you literally have a baby to deal with. I see
Yeah.
who's trying to be part of the interview.
Oh
um,
yes, yes.
let's talk about challenges because at the end of the day, this is our business.
Business,
Despite
right?
whatever, yes, it is a service that is much needed. But let's talk about it from a business perspective. What were some of the issues when setting up a company, a lactation company? What were some of the issues that you were faced with? I mean, we already discussed people misunderstanding what the
Right.
service is. So, what are the issues that you may have encountered throughout starting up?
Well, so far it seems like you have the people who are always reluctant to pay for something. So, I mean, to be fair, I invested in myself. I got certified. It's only fair that if I ask to be paid for my
Compensated.
service,
Hmm.
right, that you should be willing. But we know there are always people who are out here. There are always people who are out here trying to get something for free. So, but like I told you before, I will not always decide, okay, you need an appointment, let me set you up for an appointment, you need to pay me. No, there are instances where I'll just answer your questions because it's just simple. Another thing you find is that sometimes you may find people, I guess they just second guess you, and I guess that's normal. So they have to see it for themselves.
Ah, yeah,
So
yeah. They're
you
like,
might tell them
who's that
exactly
girl?
what's going to happen. Exactly what's going to happen, and they're going to decide, in their mind, okay, well, she said that, but yeah, we'll see. And then a little later on, they're going to come and tell you, well, that's true. So they're a little reluctant that you know what you're talking about.
Hmm, hmm.
Yeah, but so far, so good.
Let's talk about one of the best moments for you since starting this company. What does that mean for you? And that moment that says, "Yes, I made the right choice. This was not just an idea, and I'm proud that I stuck to this."
Honestly, when I won't even say my first client, I would say like my third maybe, because it just felt like, okay, you're reaching people realizing that you know what you're talking about, they're coming for your assistance, they're following up. That, yeah, I think that was either the third or the fourth client.
Mm.
So yes, and I mean, just getting to help people, be there for people, it just feels so good. I recently had someone tell me that, thank you for listening to my rambling and so on. You were so helpful. I mean, it wasn't even about the lactation support in that situation. It's just being there when she needed to speak to somebody. Because I always
So,
tell
so
my clients, yes, you can reach out about anything, anytime. I will be there.
So it's almost like you're like a psychologist for breastfeeding people. That's amazing. That's pretty amazing. As we
A
get, I don't want
support
to keep
system.
a support system. I prefer that word. As we wind down the interview, because I don't want to keep you too long, because I see
No problem.
babies being a little bit troublesome. For upcoming mothers, expecting mothers, right now, what would you suggest as like 4 tips that would you give, free tips for that you would give, in aiding of the lactating process or the lactation process?
Honestly, very first thing is do your research, but informed researching. There's a lot of misinformation online, so be careful with what you accept as information. Ideally, I would tell you to take a class. I've actually had someone take a class, and she seems to be doing so well with breastfeeding right now. And I think it's very important if you get the education before that you have a better transition into breastfeeding. So
Hmm.
there's that. Another thing, don't let people undermine you if this is the decision that you've made for you and your family. As long as it is informed, go with your gut. Stick to your
Hmm.
decision. We have a lot of older people who, because they did it this way, believe you need to do it that way as well. No, it's your baby. Do what you want to do. Do what you need to do for you and your family.
I like that
Um,
one. I really
yeah,
like that one because everybody have an opinion. Hey, why she just got?
everybody have an
Oh
opinion.
my goodness! Why you holding that baby that way? Oh God! Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Everybody has an opinion. That's definitely true. Let me see. What can I put under the third one? I mean, there are so many things, really and truly. Um, you know what? Honestly, every week I try to post on my Instagram
Hmm.
page, and there are a lot of helpful tips up there. So anybody can go check us out, Baby to Breast Lactation Services, Instagram and Facebook.
Hmm. Hmm.
You will, I'm sure you'll find something pertaining to you. Oh, one thing, Ron, one thing I need to say. Drinking excessive amounts of water will not increase your milk supply.
Oh wow!
Drink, keep hydrated. That's just the bottom line. Keep hydrated. So you don't need to go and drink 20 cups of water thinking you'll make more milk. It's not going to make more milk. Right? You're just going to be going to the bathroom more often. So what you're usually asked to do is drink 8 glasses of water a day. I say maybe do 10 because it's hot.
Just a little, yeah, yeah.
It's
Just to
it's
be
hot.
keep hydrated. Hmm.
Yeah, keep
Hmm.
hydrated, but don't go drinking a whole bunch of water. That's not going to do anything for lactation.
Great. You see, I'm even learning. So in case I do have another child, I'll be more than ready to handle that. Right? Yeah. So
You
thank you.
you mean you mean you want to lactate the next time?
I'm trying to be professional here. I'm trying to be professional. But Sherylann, thank you
It's possible
so.
though. Don't look at me
What?
like that, Ron. Yes, it's possible.
Wait, what? What? No, no, no. I was about to end the interview, but no. What?
It's
What? How? What do you
possible
mean? What is possible?
for a man, well, to lactate. Yes, somebody who did not birth a baby to lactate. It's possible. Yes. You see, you learn something new every day.
You see my face, right?
Yes, I
You
see your
see?
face.
You're like what? I don't want to know. You know what?
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not gonna go and research. I'm gonna go and research that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I know, I know.
Because oh yeah,
Yeah.
Sherylann, thank you so much for joining us. Give people your Instagram, give people your business number, let them get in contact with you, because this is a very important service, and I want to say kudos to you for even thinking about that. It's a great initiative, and I hope some expecting mothers listening right now will reach out to you and get in contact with you. So give people your information right now.
All right, thanks, Ronnie. So I'm on Instagram, Baby to Breast Lactation Services. I think it's at Baby to Breast SLU. Same thing on Facebook. You can also reach me on WhatsApp at 712-6455. If you haven't noticed, it spells out milk.
Oh, that's cool. Nice one. So 722 milk. 722
712.
712 milk.
712 milk. Yes.
712 milk. Ah, look at you. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you're taking your business seriously. Well, we appreciate you, and kudos to you, and continue to do your good work. We appreciate you, and all the best. And we look forward to probably having another interview with you, probably watching you in a class, and doing it live. That's what we want to see. All right.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Right.
All the
Thanks,
best.
Ronnie.
Bye-bye. This
Bye.
is Liberty FM. Thank you so much to Sherylann for joining us. I really appreciated that. Very informative. Some interesting facts there. Yeah, I have to research after, but we appreciate it. Let me see what we're gonna do right now. Yeah, we're gonna do a commercial break, and when we come back, we go right back to the music right here on Liberty